What is going on, everyone? This is Ninja Geek here, and today I want to bring along a new series. Every Monday, I'm going to do a review of the previous episode of The Walking Dead, so obviously it wouldn't come out on Sunday because then the video would go up way too late, later than actual, and especially if you watch The Talking Dead afterwards, so, it's just going to be going on Monday, so it gives people time to actually breathe and stuff, so whatever, so there's that, and then also for the gameplay, I'm not sure of what to use yet for this series. So for now I just have some Black Ops 2, but along the way I want to see what I can actually use, because I don't think that I can use AMC's stuff for that because it is obviously copyrighted, so we will see anyways about how that goes along. But anyways, just enjoy the Black Ops 2 gameplay as we discuss last night's episode, and then like I said, I'll see what I can do. Maybe I could add in some pictures hopefully and see where it goes with that. So anyways, this is going to be getting into more of a review of the episode, so like what happened and what are my thoughts basically on it. So at first, we obviously pretty much everyone saw the preview before Sam gets slashed in his throat, and basically, so after that happens, they get down to like the last four, which are Rick, Glenn, Daryl, and Bob, obviously, and Gareth walks in and he wants to know what Rick thinks, or where Rick is hiding this bag that he found, and basically he says, well, there's guns in the bag. There's an AK-47, a .44 Magnum, some automatic weapons, a night scope, there's a compound bow with a machete with a red handle, and that's what he's going to use to kill Gareth with. So at that part, I thought that was pretty funny, and so basically, and then after that part happens, there's like this huge explosion, and just Terminus is just filled with walkers within the next 5 minutes of the show. This is when it's like the most action-packed, to be honest. Like, this is the best, one of the best episodes of The Walking Dead that I've ever seen. As far as like the most action-paced and fast-paced action within the episode, and I think it's one of the best episodes of The Walking Dead, period, within any season of The Walking Dead. So, maybe it's not the best, but it's definitely up there and one of my favorites. And so basically we see Carol blow up the tank to make that explosion to kill all the walkers and distract all of them, and she tries to get through to try and save Rick and the others who are trapped there at Terminus, and just walkers are just over-flooding Terminus. Like, there's an abundance, there's just so many huge amounts that are just like hard to comprehend, but Rick wants all of them dead, because after they get out of there, he gets the wooden piece that it came out from his boot, and he stabs both of the people that were ready to kill him, and he wants them both dead. He said to let them turn, and as they head out, if they see anyone there, make sure that they all die. So he's turned into kind of a different person, because he wants everyone dead here, whereas before he was Farmer Rick, and he was planting crops at the prison. So, now we're seeing a different side from Rick as the story and the seasons continue. And then, so when they got out there, Rick had his knife. They grabbed like a bunch of weapons from the area that they left. And then as the Terminus people were walking by, he went out there, he stabbed one of them, the last one, and gunned everyone down with the AK-47 that he picked up. And from then on there, they all went back to the train car to get the others out of the train car, like Carl, Michonne, everyone like that. And they eventually make their way out of Terminus. They don't kill Gareth and the rest of the others, but Terminus Mary dies because Carol, lets her to, she just opens the door and welcomes the walkers to have a nice feeding frenzy feast on her body after she shoots her in the leg. Some of the things from this episode were pretty funny, and so then they're all, gathered up in the woods and everything like that, and then they just see Carol there. Daryl gives her a nice big old hug, and they move on, and then eventually Carol shows Rick that Judith, their baby's still alive, and then the best part of the episode was at that little end piece after the show ended was when when they revealed his face and Morgan is back. He somehow got there and was apparently, I guess he was heading to Terminus, but maybe he's changing his mind now. We don't know, but that's probably the most exciting part of the episode was actually when they revealed his face, and Morgan came back, because Morgan is such a legendary character. He was obviously in the first episode of The Walking Dead, and then he was never, I mean, he was mentioned within season 1 when, you know, Rick dropped the bag and he had to go get the bag back in Atlanta so he could get the walkie-talkie so he could try and contact Morgan. But other than that, and then Morgan came back again in season 3 when Rick went back to his old town and they found out that he was still alive. And that was quite a shocker. And then after tonight's episode, I mean, we really had no idea, because I kind of figured from like the leaks and the stuff like that Morgan was actually going to be making a return within season 5, and we didn't know that it was going to happen then. And when the episode ended, we were like, oh, you know, I mean, we weren't expecting obviously anything. It's not like we were like, oh, well, Morgan's not, you know, here. But then, you know, at the end, we were just surprised to see that happened so fast. And we're going to see next week if Morgan will actually find Rick and what's going to happen with that, or if Morgan actually goes to Terminus and sees what's happening there. I mean, the thing is, after, in the shape that Terminus was left in, I don't think that they would survive really well. They could very well, because they have the weapons to, but you know, as far as we know, lots of the people there died, and I'm not saying like lots of the walkers. I'm talking about the people that are actually at Terminus. Lots of them actually died last night, and if they didn't, then the walkers either swarmed them or they had to hide somewhere on top of the roof. So there's very few people at the Terminus, and that one of those very few people includes Gareth. I don't know what they're going to do now. In The Talking Dead, afterwards, they said there will be upcoming enemies, so it's not just, you know, the walkers. There's going to be an upcoming enemy kind of rivaling with, like, the governor-style thing. It could be Gareth, but I'm not really all that sure of that, because, first off, Rick went off in a totally, you know, the whole group went off in a direction. What are the odds that Gareth takes off from Terminus, from where he's been basically all this time, and just to go try and find Rick to do what with him, and you know, what direction they would head in, what direction they're going to head in? Like, it's like you could probably track and find that out, but I just don't think that Gareth will be the main enemy that they are talking about. They could very well be. It could very well be him, because he's a he's a person that would be suspectful of being another enemy towards Rick and the group, but I really don't know. I'm not sure on it, but in my opinion, I don't think that he's going to be the enemy that we're going to be looking forward to as being, you know, an upcoming enemy that they were talking about. And so then we got, obviously, and then after all that happens, and then Morgan comes back, and you know, I can't even tell you, like, if Morgan ever sees Rick, I don't even know. That's probably going to be a very happy, enjoyable moment, but you know, like, that's what gets us excited, and that's why we're going to tune in here next week to see what happens and to talk about what happens after The Walking Dead on Sunday. So I hope to continue this series going along. I hope to add things in the future, you know, such as the pictures and video aspects of what I can do with this series, and also you know, like, different things to talk about as the episodes go on. But I think I pretty much covered everything. I covered everything that happened within the episode, and I cover my thoughts that this is one of the greatest episodes ever. And if you didn't see it, I really highly recommend seeing it. I mean, obviously we're talking about it, so you probably already have seen it, but this is going to be a continuing series until it ends, and then it starts up. So obviously every Monday, and then it will continue on, and let's say, okay, this is the last Sunday, and then Monday will be the last episode of the series until it starts up again, until Season 5 comes back. And Season 6 has already been confirmed for The Walking Dead, so it will continue on there again. So we have an ongoing series of what I plan to do with this, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy these thoughts and reviews, please leave a like and also subscribe for more content. And, you know, leave a comment below on what you think of this episode, and we will continue on from there. So, this is it. I'm Ninja Geek. I'll see you on whatever my next video happens to be. I'm out. Peace.